Rondebosch and I'd be saying we've got to make sure that if Fastfall gets the ball, Hamish Anderson at right forward is already marked early, because there's a high possibility that he's going to play that little link up.
There's a SACS down the left-hand side, building up another attack. They really have been the dominant team thus far, and should possibly have had more goals. That's good skill work, circle entry, but Rondebosch managed to get it out off the bar. SACS back stick, little bit of skill work, stick work. Imad Martin again. That's the second short corner that he's conceded, and Rondebosch really feeling the pressure now, and SACS wanting to make this dominance count.
Yeah, there's that saying that scoreboard pressure counts, and geez, they score this. I mean, 2-0. Look, there's still the 2-0 trap as a possibility, but 2 is obviously better than 1, and that's just a little onto the post. Always expecting. And I think Imad Martin, they're giving away the penalty corner on the foot. So tender blow to push. Great push, jeepers. That's come out quick.
That is a fantastic goal by SACS. They used the alternative option on that side. They went via the left-hand side, and they found the man. And
Kevin
Oosthuizen, he's the man to put SACS 2-0 ahead 10 minutes into the second quarter.
You know, I've never heard anyone say something negative about Kev. I mean, he is an absolute crowd favorite, and the slap as we affectionately call it, first time slap there from Kevin Oosthuizen. Fastfault to Oosthuizen, and Oosthuizen just absolutely banks that into that bottom corner.
It is SACS leading the home team. They've got their second goals, 2-0 to the home side over Rondebosch. It's really going to be hard work for Rondebosch now to come back. After that, we've seen it happen before, but they've really got to create some more opportunities for their front men. It seems that they've been a little bit starved of the ball up front and allowed SACS. So we said scoreboard pressure was going to tell, and they certainly made it happen.
Yeah, I must say, it's impressive to see the SACS team scoring 2 in a row. They've had a really good season to date. A bunch of guys that seem to know each other really well, but often they score and then unfortunately concede the following goal. So it's refreshing to see that SACS can actually go 2 in a row here. However, having said that, yeah, I would like to see SACS still be able to assert their dominance and not now let close the back door, as that saying goes, rather than giving Rondebosch a sniff.
I think for the neutral viewer, I'd much rather see Rondebosch get one back here, just to put some energy into the visitors, just to give them a little bit of life to start that comeback. That's what I'd like to see.
Yeah, look, agree to disagree, but no, that's what it's all about. I mean, ultimately, it's actually it's interesting to see the fact that the guys' basics still seem to be pretty sharp, and there seems to be good cohesion and chemistry. And you wouldn't think that, you know, if the schools have just come back into the hockey season. So that's half-time there now. If I've got this right, 2 out of 4 equals half. So, yeah, half-time there. SACS 2-0.
That's SACS maths there, the College of Knowledge coming through there.
Jeez, I must say I went to another boys' school that we called ourselves a sports school for a reason. So I did have to do some quick math. But, yeah, as the sun goes down in what we love to call the Newland Saddle, with a little bit of cloud cover, yeah, you're not going to get a better view than that, let me assure you. And yeah, I mean, look, as it gets colder and you would want to have a little bit of, I don't know, warm drinks. Yeah, SACS do have a nice sponsor, and that is a Bootlegger Coffee. And, geez, yeah, I don't know. It's quite privileged to be quite close to the Bootlegger just down the road. And James Pevley and myself have managed to get a good couple of coffees on these cold Friday nights.
Always enjoyed watching hockey at SACS. You do know that you're going to get a good coffee, and just get the Americano ready and get the brew and definitely a fantastic sponsor, looking after the SACS hockey over here. Guys, are we back on?
Yeah, here we have the SACS 15A team up on picture. Jono Mitchell, the goalkeeper, older brother. I think he's 3 years out of school now from SACS, so just a nice little family tradition there. The Frost family, I think there's 3 of the Frost, or all of them known as Frosty. But yeah, this entire year group, there's a lot of them that have come through from SACS Primary, with 1 or 2 having joined obviously in grade 8. And yeah, just exciting to see this bunch. David Fasvalt playing in at centre midfield most of the time, linking up with number 10 Hamish Anderson a good couple of times today, with Nick Paxton always elusive, pretty low centre of gravity with a couple of skills. Yeah, and here we have the Rondebosch 15A side. Schreiber in goal, as mentioned earlier, with number 3 Ahmad Martin getting quite involved down that right flank with a good couple of passes down to number 10 Naman Schlorker. So yeah, there's been some good plays. Neil Murray and Liam Traced as well, highly involved, and there's no doubt here in the second half that there'll be a good couple of matchups that we are excited to see. And we're away. Rondebosch playing from the mountain towards the brewery, as we like to call it, and SACS playing towards the mountain. Nothing to speak about in terms of sun in the eyes. The clouds have covered the sun, the late afternoon sun. And yeah, 2-0 starting to SACS. And can Bosch make the 2-0 trap happen, or are SACS going to be too dominant and try to put a couple more on the score sheet?
I really would like to know. Yeah, there's the first card of the game. The umpire shows the green card to a SACS player. Could that be the opportunity that Rondebosch have been looking for? They now have 11 men to SACS's 10. And being 2 goals behind, this could be the numerical advantage they've been looking for.
Yeah, that earlier comment about find the 2v1 and numerical advantage. Well, sometimes you have to find it. You just have to get the card.
That's good skill work by the Rondebosch centre forward. He hasn't had many opportunities, but he loses the ball. And SACS have the opportunity to break out again. It's good skill work there by Ahmad Martin. Unfortunately, he doesn't make sure about the pass. And SACS have the opportunity to start again.
A nice little dog leg there by SACS, passing into the middle and passing back out for the overlap to Jed Bain on the ball right now. So I think the card there, just to the view at home, was Hamish Anderson with what I think was deemed a rash challenge. And as such, obviously, SACS have lost a player for a little bit. And here's that little infringement. I think, yeah, there's just a little bit of a body usage, which obviously just deemed dangerous, or, yeah, obviously not within the rules of the game. And Rondebosch at the moment making great use of their extra player. Strong carry down the left-hand side. Into the circle. Can he win a PC? and not won. Looks like the left forward there's a little bit aggrieved, feeling like he should have won the penalty corner, but not given, and I think Rondebosch have won a free hit a couple of moments later.
Rondebosch will look to use this opportunity. They haven't been in this position much in the game, particularly in that first half. They tried to make a circle entry, and that's what they've been looking for. They've managed to force the short corner, their first of the game, and is this the opportunity that they've been waiting for?
Yeah, just maybe some youthful exuberance there. There's always that saying that meaning outside the circle is one of the key principles of defence, and I think Kevin Oosthuizen there, who had scored the second goal for SACS, possibly guilty of not getting out the circle, which gave the Rondebosch attacker the chance to win the penalty corner. And, jeez, did he just win that penalty corner?
Wait for the Rondebosch. The push is good. Stop's not entirely clean, but they get the drag flick in, and they forced another short corner after a good save by the SACS goalkeeper, Jono Mitchell.
Jono Mitchell there, look at him. He is psyched. He's happy. Jeez, he doesn't mind having to do it again. He looked pretty comfortable there and quite G'd up.
I was just about to say, he hasn't had much action throughout the game. The game's basically been played in the SACS bonus, but the short corners come out. Rondebosch have a slap, but it goes wide, unfortunately, for the blue and gold. At least they've showed some attacking initiative, that they are not going to lie down, and they're ready to take the fight to SACS in the second half.
Oh,
there's a real chance for SACS. There's a circle entry. He has a shot. Good, great save by Jono Mitchell. He definitely is up for this contest.
Yeah,
look
absolutely.
Look at that smile. Look at the smile. He's enjoyed that.
A great through ball. And the first time shot here. Really appreciate that. And Mitchell just off balance.
While we've been watching the replays, Rondebosch have been raiding the SACS goal, putting Jono Mitchell under pressure, and they've got their third short corner within 2 minutes.
Yeah, we always talk about the ebbs and flows of a game, and it's really, really good to see Rondebosch making the most of a period of dominance here. But, yeah, SACS also putting themselves under a little bit of unnecessary pressure with what looks to be some hurried clearances. And it will be important to see if Rondebosch now can capitalize.
That's the opportunity Rondebosch have been waiting for from the short corner, and Rondebosch have pulled one back to make it 2-1. Yeah, we definitely have a thriller on our hands here, Bradley.
Yeah, it's I just really, really enjoy this finish. I mean, geez, unconventional stop, but a one-time hit across the body. I mean, that is not an easy skill, and it looks like a tip-in from the Rondebosch forward on far post. Although they are all celebrating there with the great, great hit. So 2-1. Yeah, that saying 2-0 trap, is it playing itself out where you put yourself up 2-0 and unfortunately then go and concede? Or have SACS just, this 15A side, just open the back door once and then are going to firmly shut it now? We wait to see. We've got a lot of hockey still in us.
Rondebosch definitely have the initiative and the momentum in the second half. They've come out to play. Whatever Wesley Guma, the coach, had said at the halftime, the boys have clearly taken on board and are peppering the SACS goal. Jono Mitchell, unfortunately, at full stretch for that, for the slap across the goal, couldn't get a paw to it, so to say. And Rondebosch looking for the equalizer now.
But Anderson back on. He had 2 minutes to even rest and recover on the naughty corner. So off and away he goes. He's gone 50 meters. He's gone 60. Oh my! And that is a counter attack for the ages. Clip that one. Put it on social media because that is an 80-meter counter that you can only dream of.
That's exactly what the extra man. That makes the difference. Rondebosch were.
Yeah, Matthew Jones. Geez, look at him. That's 2 goals for the day from Matty Jones. And like I said earlier, you'll always find him with a smile on his face, but that face is just beaming now. Can he get himself the hat-trick? Hamish Anderson, geez, receives the ball, beats one, beats two, keeps going, beats three, and then has the presence of mind to play in the extra pass. Matty Jones not messing about, puts that ball into the top corner, 3-1 to SACS.
That is exactly the difference what the extra man makes. Rondebosch were all over SACS when they were down to 10 men. They made it count, pulling a goal back. But the moment Hamish Anderson came back on the field, he went on an 80-meter sprint. And SACS have restored their 2-goal lead, and they look to come again.
Dare I say, was it a tactic to just get him a 2-minute little breather so he could come back on and be really, really authoritative? No, I mean, no one's ever planning to get a card, are they?
No, that's optimistic thinking there. Definitely optimistic thinking there. I think in the days of rolling subs, we can you pull a guy off and get the other man on again. I think that's the easier way to do it than put the team under pressure with a green card. That's Wesley Guma. He wouldn't have enjoyed that third goal. He thought his side were back in the contest when they pulled one back, and now they've got to start all over again. That's good high press by Rondebosch. That's what we want to see. Rondebosch looking for a circle entry. Unfortunately, just a little bit wide. We'd like to see the Rondebosch attacker just running all the way to the byline. We do know that coaches enjoy the no-hope chase.
I've always learned from being on the field myself that a no-hope chase sometimes keeps you on the field just a little bit longer, you know.
Just shows that commitment. So's the coach. You're giving it all, giving it your all.
Look, I know in my case, they were often, I was chasing the ball because I'd been the one to mistrap it at the beginning. But these guys today, that's not the case.
It's a good intercept by Rondebosch.
Just deeming the first challenge to be a little bit over the rule order that you allowed.
I think we'd like to see a little bit more width from Rondebosch. It's a little bit congested there in the middle, in the center. Possibly just draw the SACS defenders a little bit wider to create some more space to launch those attacks.
Yeah, I think every single school does have a sort of hockey style, if you want to call it that. So, look, I think Rondebosch have been really successful over the years, being quite direct. So it might be part and parcel of the way they play, where they generally look to make sort of 5-6 passes and then are already in on goal. Some might say it would be better, like you say, to use the width. But yeah, having played against and coached against Bosch for a couple of years, I think they know what they can do well, and being direct is certainly one of those things.
I think we both come at the Warmburg School of Hockey, where Mr. Rushby would literally just send the ball out to the right flanks and go all the way down the byline. Definitely the Warmburg way of hockey.
Jeez, I remember clearly that if you didn't pass down the sides of the field, it was going to be a very, very long afternoon for you on the bench watching the game.
Yeah, definitely. I think that comes from possibly Warmburg being one of the first schools to have an astro and just basically trust that big ball across the field, knowing that the Lynx would pick it up.
Yeah, certainly. But I think Cape Town is just so privileged to have so many AstroTurfs. I can almost not think of many schools nowadays that don't have an AstroTurf.
Maybe I'm just showing my age, having started on grass down on the JK Oval.
Yeah, geez, what a place that is. But yeah, I mean, the 4 boys' schools in Cape Town all having their own turfs, and it's just evident the strength of Western Province hockey for the boys. That you know, you've got so much competition, and any given year you've got any school beating any school.
No, really, it really is the hotbed of South African hockey, just in this enclave up in the mountains. Depends on the shade of blue that you support on any given day.
Jeez, very, very well said.
That's Rondebosch working its way down the left-hand side there, getting the ball in the middle. That's good skill work. Unfortunately dispossessed just when he was looking to make that circle entry. Really do like the look of that young man. He's quite committed whenever he's made the tackle.
Yeah, he's a little Jack Russell, you know, he's everywhere. I think he's probably made about 15 interceptions in this game, and yeah, I think for both sides, if they can just take one thing into this final chukker, there's definitely skill here. There's definitely the ability to eliminate an opponent, but I think the moment that they make the first elimination, can they make the pass and continue the domino effect late in the field, as opposed to trying to do it one more time again with another elimination.
This is the last opportunities the coaches will have to chat to their players as we head into the final chukker of these under 15A game, where SACS leading by 3-1. We're back at the Newlands Brewery with the sun shining down on a splendid afternoon here at SACS. The home side leading by 3-1 over a very spirited Rondebosch side in this under 15A encounter. And we hope to see Rondebosch come back in this final quarter.
Yeah, I think these next sort of 5 minutes are crucial for both sides. Obviously, hockey, geez, you can score a goal within 8 seconds. But, yeah, I think the team that gets the ascendancy in these first 5 minutes of this last quarter will probably be able to ride that wave and win the game. So, yeah, pivotal moments in the game now. And a penalty corner won by SACS. Hamish Anderson weaving inside, weaving outside, and then playing the through ball. And I think that ball hitting the defender just on the shin, and so judged to be a penalty corner. Schreiber then goals for Bosch, getting himself ready, possibly about to have a chat to guys just about their roles and responsibilities, and SACS maybe having a chat as well about who's going where and what are they about to do.
Hamish Anderson has been a real live wire for SACS. He's definitely made up for that 10 minutes the few minutes in the bin earlier. And definitely look forward to watching the highlights of his 80-meter run earlier. Now he's forced another short corner for SACS, and I'm thinking if they manage to put this one away, that could be tickets for Rondebosch.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Push out coming from Tenderblow.
That's a beautiful goal by SACS. The stop and the slap against the slip to the...
David Fastfeld getting on the score sheet. I think he's assisted 2 of them, and it's now his time to do the scoring. David Fastfeld with a lovely slip drag into probably the middle of the net, dare I say, but from a close position. Tough for Schreiber to save. And, yeah, SACS go 4-1 up.
I think the SACS master in charge of hockey will be really impressed with the innovations at the short corners. They've scored with 2 little slip slaps to give themselves a 3-goal advantage here. And as we've said, it's going to be really tough for Rondebosch now to come back in this final quarter after conceding so early in the final chukker.
Yeah, I must agree, and I think that's also just the signs of school hockey or school sport, but in this case, hockey growing. That there is video footage. You know, for instance, I'm sure both sides this week prepped and went through School Sports Live and on some of the previous games, and maybe there the SACS unit had just identified the space in the area of the slip zone, and as such, SACS have made the most of it and scored 2 goals from that position.
Boys in white really enjoying the time on the turf today, really looking to make it count.
And they're fast felt on the ball now. I was about to say looking highly confident. Maybe too confident there. Just expecting Jed Bain at left defense to be in the same position that he passed. And so an easy turnover. And just to anyone at home, if you don't know your hockey, please don't think that 4-1 is a dead-in-the-water score like a football game going into the last 10 minutes. There's been many, many moments in hockey because of it being such an open and fast-paced game that you can score goals at will. And a good chance presenting itself for Rondebosch, but some strong defending and brave defending from the SACS defender.
I think the Rondebosch attacker there, he was trying to get it on his strong side and he just couldn't get his feet around, and then opted for the reverse stick, the glory shot as we call it, but unfortunately not coming off on that occasion.
Yeah, you'll definitely notice, depending on your age, whether you agree on this comment or not, but the backhand shot is such a proponent of the game now, and just seems to be a lot more power generated from a backhand in general. I know maybe the older viewer, let's call them the more experienced viewers, thinking, what are they doing going on their backhand? But yeah, it is a highly skilled, but when it comes off, it's very, very much a great goal-scoring opportunity presenting itself.
I think that was Brindley just giving my age away there in a thinly veiled comment there about the backhand stick. Definitely, as I said, grew up on grass, not the way to go. Back stick was never the option. Ball bobbling around, but on the AstroTurf, it's clear as daylight, a very easy option to take. And potentially, and look at that, that's fantastic, picking it up on his reverse stick and launching an attack once again.
Yeah, there's obviously a tipping point, though, where maybe sometimes the boys love the backhand so much these days that just keeping it easy on the strong side, on the forehand, would probably be the better option. But there's a great backhand pass, so, you know, what do I know?
Hey, Rondebosch, they've got 10 minutes remaining here. Just under 10 minutes remaining to get at least 3 goals to level it up. Circle entry and forced a short corner. This is what Rondebosch have been waiting for. They've scored the only goal from a short corner, and they now have another opportunity.
And I think that probably ties in with the last 2 minutes. You know, we've probably seen as much playing on the backhand side as you've seen on the forehand. And I think Brendan Spiller there just putting himself at risk, putting his backhand out and hitting his backside of his stick. And as such, a penalty corner. Like you say, 1 for 1 though for Bosch with the goals. Kevin Oosthuizen batting it as a opening batsman there on the post and keeping the ball out of the net. And here goes Anderson again. Always ready to go forward, but that time holds it up, sees what's the best option, and Oosthuizen now has time.
The shadows lengthening, but SACS coming, forcing into the short, into the circle, and they've managed to extend their lead. It's 5-1, and it's all over bar the shouting for the team in white.
Yeah, great goal there by Dan Stende, I think his surname. I've definitely got the surname a bit wrong there. But yeah, late inclusion today. And another fantastic run by Hamish Anderson, creating the space for himself, going on the outside, a strong ball carry, and looking across the goal with 4 SACS Wolves waiting to pounce. Dan gets the ball, picks his spot in the opposite corner, and 5-1 to the good. Go SACS.
Really is an emphatic scoreline for the home side, showing their dominance here on the Newlands Brewery. They know this turf very well, and they've welcomed the boys in blue and gold in no uncertain terms today.
And calm, composed build up there from SACS. And this is some awesome hockey.
Possibly they're just a little bit greedy on that occasion. There was a attacker on the P spot, could have played it back, but looked for the goal himself, and the chance went to begging. But you can't possibly take those liberties when you 5-1 up.
Yeah, no, I must say, I thought that was some fantastic passing and moving from the SACS boys. Gets to the circle, and yeah, just some resolute defending from Bosch.
The last few moments of the game, Rondebosch possibly looking just for a consolation, but doesn't look like SACS are going to give anything. Instead, they're looking to extend their lead here. Big ball into the circle, and it's forced a short corner.
So as we move into the last couple of minutes of this game, it's certainly been one that's grown. I think that first chukker looked a little bit stop-start, and yeah, certainly the second and third chukker has been awesome to watch. The guys really getting some momentum back into the game. And this final chukker now, good couple of goals as well. Some nice, proper attacks. We got to see a couple of backhand moments. And here we go. Let's see what SACS can do at this penalty corner.
Oh, it's a big save by the Rondebosch keeper.
Schreberg shutting the door there. Really, really happy with the save on his right side.
Rondebosch have an opportunity on the counter-attack. It's 4 against 3, but it's intercepted once again by the Whites.
Yeah, it looked like a really promising attack there for Rondebosch. And I think if they just made that field just a little bit wider, instead of going direct, I think they would have had quite an easy circle entry.
Mad Martin putting the ball into the circle for Rondebosch. But SACS, as they've shown throughout the game, just composed in defense. It's been that kind of afternoon for Rondebosch. Whenever they've just got to the edge of the D, they haven't been able to make it count. That really is good work. He's been one of the outstanding players for Rondebosch today.
And yeah, as this game comes to an end, we're starting to see some of the older boys rocking up in their number ones, which is a long-time tradition. And no doubt those older boys coming in will just be showing us an absolute thrilling masterpiece on how to play schoolboy hockey.
that's the final whistle here at the SACS Brewery. The home side running out convincing 5-1 victors over Rondebosch, really dominating proceedings, and basically the difference was when they had the opportunities, they took advantage of their chances.
Yeah, thanks so much for this, and well done to SACS and Rondebosch for coming together today and having a fantastic 15A game. SACS really dominating it, and well done to Supersport Live as well, School Sports Live, for coming and broadcasting this event to everybody at home.
That's the boys just giving the elbows. That's what you do in these COVID times. No handshakes. Coach Wesley Guma, he's got his mask on, staying strictly to the protocols, and we will be back shortly with the under 16As.